I love a good flea market. Thank you, Khalid, for that report. Now, when it comes to gifting, there are trends we need to look out for. And what are some of the most popular presents to buy right now? Let's ask the man in the know, Fahed Ghanem, the CEO of Majid Al Futtaim Lifestyle. Thank you so much for joining us.
Well, it's a great pleasure to be amongst you today.
It is a very expensive time of the year, isn't it? And Dubai is a place that's synonymous with luxury. We are quite spoilt in this part of the world, and also gifting and generosity is deeply embedded in the culture of this particular place. What would you say are some popular gifts or gifting ideas this season?
Well, it's a season for gifting and it's a season of giving. And at Majid Al Futtaim Lifestyle, this is exactly the question we ask ourselves every time. Because we live in a very dynamic world and the trends keeps changing. So it's important to lean into what customers, what trends are happening across the markets. And I like to look at gifting in categorization. So you have points of interest. If you're interested in cooking, so going to a Crate and Barrel or CB2 and gifting something of interest will make that gift more meaningful. So a gift has preconditions. It's great to the element of surprise is important when you gift somebody. It has to be nice and it has to be thoughtful. So bringing those combinations, and if it's made or personalized, that's a plus.
Yeah.
And getting 2 out of 3 will make the gift good enough, right? So if you're interested in athletics and that's your way of life, so receiving a personalized yoga mat or a water bottle that you can take to the gym from Lululemon could be just the right gift. So it's thoughtful, it's nice, maybe not very expensive, but it's also personalized, so it's made, and that effort makes the gift more meaningful. And we're continuously on the hunt of how can we make everybody's quest easier. It's easier, like you said, to gift women. Men is always a problem. My wife skipped my birthday and our anniversary with the excuse, "You're too difficult to gift." She eventually came through, and it was a beautiful gift because I don't want to shop for myself. I don't need one more, because you're fighting for real estate at your home. So it has to be meaningful. If you're gifting somebody you don't know, make sure it's a small gift so it doesn't take up too much space.
Not perfume as well.
Definitely not perfume unless you know the person.
Exactly, true.
And be very specific with flowers.
Yeah.
Because getting the wrong flowers
Yes.
is worse than getting anything. And I did that with my wife again when I got her sunflowers. She likes hydrangea, now I know.
No, and
The hard way.
Found out the hard way.
The hard way.
I like white lilies. For anyone who's watching,
White lilies it is for you,
roses
Ash.
are overrated.
No.
Absolutely.
So my philosophy when it comes to gifting somebody something is to buy them something they want, but they wouldn't buy for themselves. So what would you say is the genre of gift where this is mostly seen? Is it tech? Is it luxury brands? Is it clothing?
I think it cuts across, but you said something very important. Listening to those cues that might be 6 months early, and you know that this person likes to collect a certain product. So for example, our Icons of Lego is a very popular gift for people who like Legos, or if they like cars and you buy them the Porsche Carrera, then you've leaned into something they like.
True.
It's so funny you mentioned Legos because that's why I bought my brother for his most recent birthday because he loves it.
My sister
Not
as
the
well.
Porsche?
She loves that.
Not the Porsche. Well, I'm sure he'd like a Porsche, but I got him some Lego instead.
You'll be surprised. Almost 50% of Lego customers are adults. We call them the adults fans of Lego.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful gift, provided the person likes to build stuff. And
I think that what I do usually with my friends is always ask them for a wish list, and I'm like, no matter what happens, I was like, always put a wish list. But they're like, I don't know what to put in a wish list. It's always hard to see what I want. So it's easier to know what they or know them as a personality. I wanted to ask you, do you see a different preference in the region, for example, like in the UAE or like in other parts of the world, like that Majid Al Futtaim is also present?
So definitely we're very much trend-driven in the market.
Yeah.
So customers are quite exposed to, online. They're very well traveled.
Yes.
So the expectation is quite high in terms of making sure they get the latest trend. So we make sure across all our portfolio, whether it's home, whether it's in our concept store, for example, we try to bring newness. Because if you want to surprise something, you want to get them something unexpected and something that they've just seen globally as a trend and they can have it right now.
Yes.
So that immediacy is also quite appreciated by customers.
Yes, true.
Fahed, what would you say about gifts? I mean, you did mention that gifting can be quite trend driven, but what about the old school way of giving someone a timeless gift? Like a Rolex.
Ash is
Hint,
just throwing in hints.
I would definitely appreciate a Rolex. Personalized or not, that's fine.
Yeah.
But gift don't have to be costly. I like to give expensive gifts, not costly.
Mm-hmm.
For example, if you buy a very expensive matches, which comes in a big box, it's quite impressive. If you give a very expensive candle, doesn't need to be costly, but it's an expensive candle. So you're overpricing in the category, so you're surprising the person you're getting that gift. And that can be a good way of thoughtful spending and thoughtful gifting.
I'm interested, Fahed, in the surge when it comes to, I don't know if you have a way of telling if it's a gift versus a personal item, but how much of a surge do we see when it comes to consumerism during this time of year?
Well, it's quite an important season for us. So we've seen a surge in November, almost 20% up in traffic.
Wow.
But Q4 accounts almost for 30 to 35% of all retailer sales. So it's a very important season. It's a holiday season. There's a lot of tourism that come to Dubai and to the region because of the good weather. Mm-hmm. And it's a gifting season. Plus you're ending the year. So there's also a little bit of self-gifting. You want to reward yourself, get something that you really wanted. So we see a huge uptick, and we try to prepare in Majid Al Futtaim Lifestyle across all our brands to make sure we're able to supply the products, make sure we're well prepared for the season of gifting, provide that extra mile of free gift wrapping, home delivery, because it can be a bit hectic.
That is very, very wise, and I'm glad we have you on for the rest of the episode. We're going to be welcoming some more guests, and next up, we're going to be chatting to a lady who is empowering individuals through curated, personalized, and motivational gifts. Plus, we've got live music in the studio, so don't you dare move a muscle.